welcome to the first video on my channel. If you do not know who I am, my name is Sim. I'm a licensed cosmetologist specializing in hair extensions, hair color, and custom wigs. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial showing you guys how to create this reverse chocolate ombre wig that I like to call the Mocha wig. I'm not actually the original creator of this color. I'm not sure who is, so shout out to them. I had a client reach out to me and ask me to create this wig for them. I made a TikTok video of it and it kind of went viral. So let's get started. These are all of the things you're going to need to create this wig. I'm starting off with Shimmer Lights shampoo. I showed you guys all the color, and also a bucket. Please, please, please stop doing watercolor in your pots that you cook with. It's disgusting. I'm also going to be using a 20-inch 613 wig. This is a lace frontal 613 wig from my company Slayed by Sim. So first thing I did was boil a pot of water. It doesn't have to be boiling hot. I just put it on low because you want to make sure you can still dip your hands in it and not burn yourself. So just make sure it's hot enough but not too hot to where you burn yourself. And then I'm going to clean my sink with bleach. I clean before and after I color wigs. These are customer orders, so I'm very big on being sanitary, being clean, because again, these are customer orders. These are not just wigs that I'm making for myself. So I'm also going to put on gloves to protect my skin because this will stain your hands. Even though I wear gloves, I always manage to somehow get dye all over my hands anyways. So I'm just going to pour the water into the bucket, and the first thing I'm going to use is the Shimmer Lights shampoo. Now the reason I'm using this is because I want the top to look more of a platinum blonde instead of the yellow 613 that an average 613 wig, it looks very, very yellow. It's Barbie vibes. I hate it. So I always tone down the yellow in my 613 wigs. But since this is a reverse ombre, I'm going to only be toning the top of it. Now the reason you use purple shampoo, for those who don't know, as you can see, this is very, very yellow. Blue cancels out yellow, and orange cancels out blue. This is a part of the color wheel, something that you'll learn in cosmetology school. So by dipping this wig or using a purple shampoo, you're going to cancel out those orangey yellow tones and make a platinum blonde. As you can see, most of the yellow that was there is pretty much gone. Now you don't want to do it too long or else you'll end up with purple streaks in the hair, which you don't want. So I start off with another fresh bucket of hot water, and I'm pouring in the first color, which is the Adore Honey Brown. If you are a follower of my TikTok, you know I used to use Kiss colors for these wigs, but for whatever reason, their brown shade started turning out really red, and it was making my customers' wigs look pinkish red instead of an actual true brown. So that is why I switched to Adore to make this wig. When you're mixing up the color, you want to make sure you're mixing it very evenly and getting all of those chunks of hair dye out, or else you'll end up with spots on your wig, which I have done before, and it is really, really hard to get out. So I'm just going to dip the ends of this. I'm going basically, how do I explain it? Pretty much leaving out like a small section of the blonde and going as high as possible without touching the lace with this dye. And this is going to be our transition shade from the blonde to the first light shade of brown. So I'm just dipping it in and out, and you'll see that the hair absorbs the color, leaving the water kind of clearish again. So you just want to keep dipping. I usually use a comb, but I forgot to bring one upstairs and I didn't feel like grabbing another one, so I'm using the whisk instead to kind of comb through it as I go. Like I said, you don't want to go all too high up because you don't want to cover up all of the blonde that we left out at the top. So as you can see, there's a perfect ombre between the blonde and the light brown. After this, I'm going to dump out this water and start with another fresh bowl of hot water. And I'm going to use the shade Mocha, which is 107 in Adore. And pouring that in there, I'm doing the exact same thing, mixing it with the whisk, breaking up all the color, making sure it's evenly mixed. but this time I'm not going to be dipping as far because we just put the honey brown on there. So you want to make sure that you're not covering that up. So I go about halfway. As you can see, I stop right there. I go about halfway and then leave the rest of it in the honey brown color. We're creating an ombre effect here, so you don't want to cover up all the color, or that will ruin the ombre effect and you'll just have a solid brown wig. And then I'm going to add some more dye into the water just because I wanted it to be a little bit darker, and also added some hot water into the water as well because the water was starting to cool down. So anytime the water starts to cool down, you can always add more hot water to the mix. And if the water is too hot, you can also add a little bit of cold water so it's more comfortable for you to put your hands in. So I'm just going back in and re-dipping to make it a little bit darker than it was before. And this is the finished look with the brown. So now I'm going to dump this water out, and then we're going to do the last color, which is the jet black. I think I actually used off black because my store was out of jet black, I think. Yeah, I used off black. So we're doing the exact same thing, except this time you're just concentrating this color directly on the ends. So I'm not going as high up as I did with the other two shades because, like I said, this is an ombre effect and only the ends are supposed to be black. So if you go up too high, you'll end up covering all the brown you just did in black and ruin the wig. And like I said earlier, please add cold water in the mix. This was way too hot. I actually ended up burning my hand because I forgot to add cold water. So if the water is too hot, add cold water to it to make it easier. So now I have rinsed off the wig and I'm going to shampoo with the Creme of Nature Argan Oil Shampoo. This is my favorite shampoo on my natural hair as well as my wigs. It is super moisturizing, so I love to use it after color. It is sulfate free and it is also safe for colored hair. It's not going to strip the color out of your hair. So it adds a lot of moisture. I'm just shampooing, running my fingers through it to take out any tangles that are in there. And I actually was working on 2 wigs, 2 customer orders this day, so that's why there's 2 wigs in the sink. So as you can see, there's a little bit of color coming out, but towards the end I'm going to show you a product that I use to prevent the color from running any further. So after rinsing out the shampoo, I'm going to go in with the matching conditioner to this collection. So it's the Argan Oil shampoo and the matching Argan Oil conditioner. This conditioner is an intensive treatment, so it is super moisturizing in addition to the shampoo that I use, the intensive conditioning treatment. So it is super moisturizing. It leaves my wigs super soft and it smells so good. Every time I send a customer a wig, the first thing that I get in a review is it smells so good. And this is why. This is the secret product. And I actually rinsed this right off. Now normally I would let it sit, but since this was just a color that we applied onto blonde hair, I didn't really do a deep conditioning treatment. Now if I was to be bleaching the hair or using a permanent color that involves developer and peroxide, stuff like that, then I would let the conditioner sit on for a long time. This is the product that I was talking about earlier. This is the Matrix Total Results Keep Me Vivid lamination spray. This locks in color. It is no joke. It actually works. I learned about this product from Cynthia Lumsey. She's an amazing wig colorist on Instagram that I follow, and she showed this product on her page, and I've been using it ever since. It seriously locks in the color. You'll see that after I rinse this off, the color does not run anymore. I use this anytime I color, whether I did permanent color or semi-permanent. It works really well. So I just comb this through, and you let it sit for 1 minute, and then you rinse it off and allow the wigs to dry. So as you can see here, I'm rinsing, and the water is literally crystal clear. You just see a little bit of bubbles from rinsing the product, but there is no dye coming off anymore, and that's how that spray works. It's amazing. So I hang up my wigs on a clothing hanger, on a clothing rack, and put a fan in front of them, but distance a little bit, and I let them air dry overnight opposed to blow drying them. I just find that this gives a less frizzy look, and it's always smoother to work with. And then I am adding some curls using I believe it's a 1.5 inch barrel from Golden Hot. If you guys want a tutorial on how I curl and style my wigs, I'll be happy to do that for you guys. But I just curled it, added some layers towards the front, used my wax stick. Normally I use a hot comb, but I left mine at the salon. Here's the finished look of the Mocha wig. For those of you who would rather purchase this than making it yourself, this wig is available to order on my website, www.slayedbysim.com. Thank you guys so much for watching my first tutorial. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos.